Don't bring men into my Don't bring men into my place. Let's
You're
have
the
some
biggest
fat baby
fuck.
producer.
You're the
do shit.
biggest seller of fake bill of goods. Talk about presenting yourself as
I
something
did myself as a fake seller of goods.
Suck
Fucking you've left nothing and I've left everything. So suck your
yeah, go on.
which is probably your next move because it's what you need. Now figure out what you have to offer as opposed to going out and get your out.
You're right, that's what I do.
It's almost like the past few weeks since she released her appeal brief has been more or less filled with several less than ideal revelations. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you yet another major revelation. According to recent revelations by someone close to Johnny and Amber, while they were married, the actress had a lot more extramarital affairs than was mentioned in court. And that's only one aspect of the individual's statement about Amber's all-around terrible behavior, and believe me, it gets crazier as we go into more details. Those details and a lot more are the subjects for today's video, so if you don't want to be left in the dirt on this, keep watching till the end. Although we've heard that Amber wasn't exactly loyal while she was still married to the Pirates of the Caribbean star, but the thing is that most people don't actually go to what extent she was cheating. Well, according to details from Johnny's former bodyguard, Amber didn't only stop at cheating on him outside their home, but she also brought some of that infidelity home with her. Recently, a recording between the ex-couple made it to social media, and it was pretty explicit from their conversation that she might have been bringing other men to their home. And I know one could easily argue that Johnny was just being overly jealous when he mentioned it, but there's actually hard proof that she had been bringing other men to the house during their time together. What makes things even worse is that Amber was actually cheating with people whom Johnny had already been worried about in the past. One particular case that actually came up in court is her so-called friendship with fellow actor James Franco, as the actress had been accused of cheating on Johnny with Franco, and rightfully so. During cross-examination, Heard was asked by Depp's lawyer Camille Vasquez about her testimony where she addressed seeking a temporary domestic violence restraining order on May 27, 2016, so she could change the locks. Heard had said Monday that she was falling apart and having difficulty sleeping because of panic attacks over Depp entering the residence she was staying. She testified that building staff would let him in even if she requested he not be allowed. Vasquez then asked why Heard felt comfortable having James Franco over the evening of May 22, 2016. Ms. Heard responded, "I do not know when James came over," to which the attorney said, "Okay, let's remind you." She then played elevator surveillance footage of Heard and Franco with the timestamp of May 22, 2016 at about 11 p.m. on their way up to her penthouse. In the footage, Franco wears a hat and backpack. At one point, he rests his head on Heard's shoulder as she appears to place her head on his. They then exit the elevator together. Heard confirmed that it was Franco in the video and that they were going to her penthouse. "That's where I lived? Yes," she said, adding that she is unsure what she knew of Depp's schedule at the time when asked if she was aware her husband would be out of town. Funny thing is that the actress literally filed for divorce from Depp the following day. Coincidence? I think not. During the redirect, Heard explained about Franco, "He was my friend, and he lived next door, quite literally next door. And I, frankly, had exhausted my support network with my usual friends and was happy to welcome as much friendship at that time as I could possibly get." In her testimony, Heard explained that she was close friends with Franco, who she made 2 movies with. She also claimed that Depp would often get jealous and accuse her of having affairs with her co-stars and didn't want her to continue acting. However, prior to all of this coming up, Depp had testified that he thought she and Franco were having an affair. Heard then continued her testimony about the nightmare of arguments she and Depp would get into over Franco. She said, "Depp was mad at me for taking the job with James Franco. He hated James Franco and was already accusing me of kind of secretly having a thing with him in my past, since we had done Pineapple Express together." But it seems Depp actually had good reason for hating Franco, as the actor seemed to have no details about Franco's personal life that led to his feelings about him. You see, in December, Franco did an interview with SiriusXM's The Jess Cagle podcast, in which he addressed the multiple allegations of sexually inappropriate behavior made against him. He opened up about struggling with sex addiction and said, "I had girlfriends. I could never be faithful to anybody." He added that he cheated on everyone before his girlfriend Isabel Paxat. "I wasn't, really a one-night stand guy." He said at the time, "People that I, got together with or dated, I'd see them for a long time, years. It's just that I couldn't be present for any of them." And the behavior spun out to a point where it was like I was hurting everybody. Considering all of these details, it only makes sense that Depp might feel some type of way about Franco being close to his wife at the time. But the thing is that Franco isn't the only person she was reported to have cheated on Johnny with or brought to their home while they were still married. While the case was still being battled out in court, it was revealed that Amber had also been getting late-night visits from Elon Musk while Johnny was out of town. I mean, it doesn't exactly take a genius to put two and two together and establish that something had been going on between them. But even besides all of that, the fact that the pair immediately started dating after Amber and Johnny's marriage crashed tells you that there must have been something fishy involved. Already looks pretty terrible, wouldn't you agree? Well, it gets even worse. Apart from pictures of Musk and Heard in the elevator in Johnny's building surfacing on the internet, there were a lot worse things revealed about the pair and their escapades. A couple of months ago, a disturbing article revealed that Amber Heard attended multiple satanic Hollywood parties and orgies, and sometimes other women were engaged. Several individuals who claimed they attended these parties stated they witnessed Heard snap images of influential men, like Elon Musk, inside the orgies. Already looks bad. This is only the beginning of the story. It is said that these parties would be fueled by copious amounts of MDMA and would feature costumes, satanic themes, and lesbian orgies conducted on stages in front of the attendees of the party. One alleged partygoer informed Jessica Reed Krause they saw Amber Heard and were eager to expose her. "I'm happy to tell you everything because that girl has got everything coming to her. She deserves to suffer," the whistleblower stated, sharing a never-before-seen photo from inside said party. She added that the friendship between Heard and Musk went back to 2011 when he and his wife were hosting parties at their Beverly Hills home. Amber immediately gained popularity among the group due to her talent for persuading other young, often gay, struggling actors to work as escorts, make appearances, or sing at these events for Musk and his tech colleagues. Supposedly, Heard convinced Tassia Van Ree to be one of the performers. Evenings were spent as luxury escorts for wealthy men, while days were spent reaping the benefits of being two of the most sought-after lesbians in the LA hipster LGBT community. According to The Insider, Heard's ex-girlfriend Cara Delevingne, who was allegedly seen engaging in a threesome with Heard and another person at Johnny Depp's former New York penthouse, was also there at this infamous sex party. Gia, another party guest purportedly lured by Amber Heard, stated that she spent time with both Musk and Heard at these events. She described these parties as a snake pit that she was fortunate enough to escape. Nonetheless, as the relationship began to deteriorate, Musk got increasingly neurotic and extremely suspicious of Amber Heard and her close associates. Gia claimed that he gifted Heard and her friends with burnt Tesla cars and installed security cameras at Heard's residence. This was also stated in trial-related court records. Looks like Amber has been really busy for some time now, and so have the fans, as many people have now entered the conversation about the actress's cheating scandals. Trust me, to say people are pissed at her would be a grave understatement. One user wrote, "The fact Amber Heard wanted to use Johnny Depp's jealousy as proof that she was abused while being a serial cheater should tell you a lot." Elon Musk, James Franco, now Cara Delevingne. How many people does she have to cheat with before Johnny Depp is allowed to be jealous? Doesn't take a genius to be able to answer the question, but we'll wait and see what toll this will take on her case. That's it for this video. Goodbye.